So, I haven't done a whole lot yet today. Mostly I've been listening to this blues album that I downloaded off the internet and thinking about how it's raining. I'm not really excited about the raining. I got this soup from Grocery Outlet. I love Grocery Outlet because it's like gambling. Every time you go, you see brands that you've never heard of before, and you think, ooh, I wonder if this is any good. And then if it is good, then you've got a limited amount of time to go back and get more. Otherwise, they'll be out. There's certain things that they have as staples every so often, like the best frozen green peas in the world. They're not even particularly expensive, which is funny because the other stuff that this frozen food company makes, it's all sort of bland. It's not all that great. They just happen to have these amazing peas. So that's sort of fun. Anyway, the soup was in a box, and it was a large box. And it wasn't a bad soup. There were no chunks. It was just liquid. I mean, it had an okay flavor, but I would have liked there to have been chunks of some sort, of any sort, to be honest. So, I'm thinking that I might purchase some more of that soup and make consider it a starter soup. I remember when I was living with Justin and Amy, it was like, we got several big tubs of that cream of potato soup that they sell at Costco and Sam's Club. And we ate it for, I don't know, a while. We were pretty poor, but after about 3 servings, it's like, wow, this is not all that interesting. And it became a contest, sort of, to see what we could do to this soup to make it good. The addition of green onions helped. Justin used to put in a can of creamed corn, which gave it a whole nother flavor, which was very awesome. And my personal favorite was, of course, the one I made. After some experimentation, I discovered that buying the cheap-ass hash browns from Safeway and just cooking them in some oil and some garlic until they were nice and brown, and then adding them to the soup gave it a whole nother dimension. It was roasted garlic potato soup then, rather than just sort of, eh. Also, adding peas was cool. I think that soup was one of the things I made. I made something when the power went out, and I made it in a huge amount. And because if you're gonna make soup, who makes soup for like one? You make soup for like 10. So I made this huge amount of soup, and then the power went out, and everyone was sort of like, this sucks. The power's out. What are you doing? Eating soup? Where'd you get soup? I just made it. Oh, can we have some soup? Sure. So we made a bunch of candles and ate soup and waited for the power to come back on in the rain. It was interesting.